This time, I wonder what it feels like to find the one in this life, the one we all dream of, but dreams just aren't enough, so I'll be waiting for the real thing. I'll know it by the feeling, the moment when we're meeting. We'll play out like a scene straight off the silver screen, so I'll be holding my breath right up till the end, until that moment when I find the one that'll spend forever with. 'Cause nobody wants to be the last one there, and everyone wants to.
What I did before was a lot of direct teach. We practice together, you practice alone. And I found that students were kind of waiting for me to give them the answer. Before, I think I was producing really great test takers. And now I'm going to be producing really great kids who can think and find information and use it in a creative way and work collaboratively and use technology. And none of those things were possible with the old, kind of direct teach, guided practice, independent practice, homework, test kind of model that we have been using for years and years.
So one of the really exciting things for me this year, since my students are allowed to use their technology in my classroom, is to be able to work in Google Classroom. I can put direct links to videos for them to watch. I can put Google Docs in there for them to access. I can do drop boxes for extra credit for assignments that I wanted to turn in. And one of the really cool things for me is I can just simply take whatever my lesson plan is, I can pop it in there, and I don't have to PowerPoint my lessons anymore. It's up on my board. It shows in a stream for my students. They can backtrack through days to see what we're doing. Students who have their own devices are able to use their devices, tailor it to Google Classroom. Those who don't, I try to make sure I have iPads in my classroom on a regular basis, and they can access that and use it. And the cool thing out of all of this, what I hear from my students, is that they're learning that their devices actually have an academic reason for them to use. It's not just about texting or social media. It becomes a resource for them finding ideas for games, for projects, and it definitely becomes an area where they see that there is a tie between what they're doing academically and what their device can do for them.
In the past, we had a teacher computer and a couple desktop computers in our classroom. So when students wanted to find out information, I looked it up for them and told them the answers to their questions. Now, with our BYOD policy, students are bringing devices from home. Our school has purchased more devices. We're getting pretty close to a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, when my students need to look something up or they have a question, they're able to access the information directly and answer their own questions.
Technology integration is important because it actively gets the kids engaged in school. It helps them stay interested from the time they walk in my room to the time they leave, and it connects them to real world because it is such a big part of our everyday life. We use cell phones, we use iPads, we use computers, and in order for that to connect, or for them to connect with me, it's important for their learning to connect with that real world application.
Through the engaged learning model, we are able to provide students with small group instruction, which allows for us to better reach individual student needs. Engaged learning directly ties into district goals by allowing the opportunity for students to build relationships in a safe learning environment and allowing students to participate in authentic learning opportunities, including the use of technology for research and work. Each challenge brief provides students with the opportunity to research specific real-world situations that tie into learning standards within each content area and to share what they have learned with a real audience.